Today on my channel, Planner Friends, we start out working in my pocket and then I bring in the mini. So we're doing a plan with me in these two. I'm going to talk a little bit about my Day Designer mini. I'm not setting it up yet, but I want to chitter chatter about it. And then there's my passport, which I've been using as a journal. So we're going to do a really simple setup in here for about a week. So yeah, I started off in one direction and then it just kind of wound. So this is one of those videos where it's a little bit of everything. But I gotta tell you, I love the smaller planners. I love being in them. I love playing with them. So pull up a cup of whatever and join me, friends, please. Stay tuned. Hello planner friends and welcome to my channel. I am One Crafty Dolo. It's a nickname. My name is Dolores and I'm so glad you're here with me today. Thank you for being here, the gift of your presence, your time. So as I said in the intro, it's time to, well, I want to plan in here for next week and I want to play with these a bit. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing today, but I can tell you this. For months and months, I have been sharing my plan with me in my classic happy planner, and I will continue to do that. But just as in teaching, I have to change things up a little bit or I get frustrated and I'm not my best self, if that makes sense. So we'll still do plan with me's in that delightful planner that I love. It's one of my favorite creative spaces, but I thought today we'd do a little something different. If you're new, join my growing community. What a lovely group of people we have here. I'm so grateful for you. If you're already a subscriber, thank you. You have helped me immensely. If you are a subscriber and you're watching, you know I've been through some challenges this year. My mom passed away and you have helped me so much. Really, you've given me a lot of strength. So thank you for that. Alrighty, so let me show you what I've got in here. This is a, hold on, you're gonna hear something drop, probably, maybe not. I started to use a passport planner and you can see in my journaling video what I started it for and so forth. I'll add the link below. But this one is one I picked up in a bundle. It's Prima Marketing. Isn't it gorgeous? And this book is now done. We are finito. It's a book from Paper Penguin Co. that I just put in here and we used it and it was great. And its inserts are, these are daily inserts, which I actually thought I would use every day, but they were too big. So I made them into weekly, layouts in different ways. I added a note on my way home from my mom's service. I wrote a letter to my son in here, which I have to translate into a larger writing piece. This is an old notebook. I'm using it with some of my sewing projects, so I'm keeping that in there. So that's one thing I have to do. Then, of course, there's planning in here. Now, just so you're aware, I use these two in tandem because, why? This goes with me everywhere. This is like the Bible for our house, if you will. I don't know what else to call it. It's appointments, daily stuff. Am I baking? Sometimes self-care. Like it goes in here. This turned out to be like command central for the house. So let me just show you where we are. I haven't meal planned in like a few weeks because it's been a lot. So I'm okay with that. This is this current week in here. I'm using my Simply Gilded subscription kit Maple Blush, and then in here I did the same thing. Hold on, only smaller. So here we have our little this is this week. Now, one thing I have done, I have started planning for the holidays, and that's something else I want to do today. I'm already getting through, I've just about finalized my Thanksgiving menu, and next will be determining what to prep ahead, to bake, to freeze. I have started planning gifts. I'm so happy about that. I'm drinking some Earl Grey tea. This is my Atomic Cat mug, one of my favorites. Anyway, what can I make for the holidays? That's kind of iffy, and I can talk about that, but I'm trying to think of things. So part of what I'm thinking about for next year, because I picked this up and I'll explain that, but how am I going to use all of these for next year? What am I doing? I will say this, and I don't know who needs to hear it. If you have anxiety, like I have anxiety, I can tell you right now that these two in tandem have really been incredibly good for me. Okay, they just have. I'm less anxious. I'm forgetting less things. I feel less frenzied. So take that for what it's worth, because that's to me huge. Yeah, just by the by, if you will. I feel like that's something, I don't know, I just wanted to share with you. All right, I have this. Let me grab the pet tape too. Oh, and while I'm thinking of it, I picked these up at Walmart. This is pocket size. This is passport size. They're just mini composition books. I mean, so adorable, right? And for next to nothing. So there's that. I'm like, yeah, I'm just getting a bunch of stuff recently, although not crazy, crazy. So let's put some stuff down in here. Now, which washi did I use last week? Okay, and I also like to use Mojo Jojo Plans boxes. Let's pull out some washi that we've got here. I think that one might work. I just love all the planner things. I just do. So my question, I guess, for next year is how I'm going to balance these planners out, because there comes a point where how much am I really doing? How are they helping? I can tell you these help. Journaling helps, but I did pick up a Day Designer Mini, and I'm going to talk about that and how am I going to use that, because I used one for a bit of time last year and I loved it, and then I stopped using it. Why? Why did I stop using it? We don't know. I guess I should say I don't know. Okay, I don't know why I stopped using it. And then I've used personals, size planners, I've used A5s. I use so many different planners, and you know what? For next year, I did buy that Day Designer, but overall, I'm just kind of gonna wing it. And if I planner hop a little bit, you know what? I can live with that. I don't usually do that. Let me try to get this washi straight. I'm not always great at that, friends. I have visual challenges. No, really, I do. But anyway, so I'd love to know, first off, what you're thinking about, if you are thinking about next year. I think we do put a lot of stock into, oh, we have to do this, we have to do that. But I don't know that, do we? I put that on upside down. No bueno, not good. I need to pay attention because I'm busy chitter chattering. Okay, this is better with the leaves up. See what I mean? Goodness gracious. Well, at least I realized it before I piled more on top, right? Anyway, I think our love, if you're here, clearly you're into planning, one would hope, and or journaling or whatever. And I just think that sometimes me, maybe not you, but you get caught up like, I need this, I need that, and maybe I don't. Maybe I just need to let it flow a little more organically next year. I don't know. I do know the two planners have helped, so I'll figure it out how I'm going to do this next year. How did I do the washi this week? Oh, I just did two little ones. Yeah, it's so pretty. I just love her washi so much. I'm going to put some up here. It's just so pretty. And every month with a subscription to Simply Gilded, you get like 7 washi tape rolls. I mean, it's a lot, and I'm not complaining, but I'm still using washi from when I subscribed to them before. It's like, wow, okay, we have more. Anyway, you know what? I want to move this. I know, this is like the 4th time I'm dealing with that. I'm sorry. So one of the things that I've started to do since this yearing, is I've been writing a lot more, and I'm going to start publishing more of what I write, not just keeping it in my little books here for me. And I have, even in files, I have so many articles for Medium. I write on Medium that I have started, and not finished, not because I follow through with things, but yeah, just ideas and starts, as I call them. And that's one thing that I personally would like to do going forward. And I don't know, I just feel like my mom's giving me a lot of courage to do things, and I'm really anxious to just run with it, if that makes sense. So last week, or this week I should say, in planning last week, I used the medium. There's 3 different colors in here. There's a medium brown, a light brown, and then the dark brown. And I kind of am into the idea of the dark brown this week. I don't know why. Although the light brown might go well. I don't know. I'm just playing and having fun, friends. Life's too short not to. So one of the articles that I'm working on, by the time this video drops, I hope it's up, and I hope you'll read it. I can link it below. Is I want to share with you a ritual that I began decades ago that I try to do daily. It's sometimes harder. Maybe we're going somewhere or doing something, but it's a ritual that's genuinely helped me a great deal. And that simply is, in the morning, I started it way back when I was living a crazy, hectic life and doing, multiple jobs and this and that. Okay, so what I decided to do at a point was to just take my tea. I don't drink coffee. Take my morning tea and no tech, no nada, just to sit still and be. Just be still. I am religious, so that's Psalm 46:10. Yeah, 46:10. Just be still and know that I am the Lord is the verse. But what does that mean on the daily? Like, what does that mean for you and me and us? And you don't have to be religious to follow me. I want you to be you. I'm not trying to convert you or anything like that ridiculousness. But what I am saying to you, for what it's worth, oh, you know what? I didn't put any dots. Let me grab some dots. I just think sometimes we're so focused on achievement and success. And believe me, you know, that's me. I got to do this. I've got to do that. I have to be here. I have to be there. I have to be successful. But what is your definition of success? What is success? Is it what the world tells you? Or is it a well-lived life? Is it peace of mind? Is it being still sometimes? And oops, I did this for myself. It's just going to flop around, isn't it? Because I was working multiple jobs and it was a lot. I was going through a lot emotionally. It was just hard. And it seemed like some days were never going to end, and they do, and time marches on. But I've clung to it, even though I'm not doing, quote, doing as much as I used to. I'm working, well, I freelance, but I mean, I'm working for myself. It's one job. I'm freelancing, right? And so what does it mean in our life when we're just too frenetic and we just don't give ourselves space and time to just be? And that's, honestly, it's an honest question. And it's also something I kind of want to bring up to you, because sometimes we're so busy running around, we miss things. We miss our life. We miss doing the things that matter to us. And I don't want to do that anymore. And quite frankly, if I can help you avoid some of the pitfalls of doing things like that, that's one of the reasons I'm writing this, is that I want to share with you little bits and bobs I've acquired. So in the morning, back then, it was 10 minutes. I gave myself 10 minutes, no screens, no technology. Often I would wake up really early. I mean, oh, come on, this thing is being difficult. And I would just sit there, but kind of a reset for the day, or to set my day. And now I can do it other times during the day. Now that I'm working from home, that's like, wow, that's a game changer, right? Doesn't this look good? It does. You know what? I think we're actually going to get in here and decorate too. Sorry, because to write in there, I have to decorate in here, but you get it. This won't take too long, I don't think. And even if it does, so what? We're spending time together, friends. Let me look at these. These are so pretty. I think we're going to use the leaf. So I just wanted to come on and talk about that a little bit, and that extends into our planning. I follow a lot of people on YouTube, other planners, and I love their channels, and I'm happy to support them and to cheer them on and so forth. But there's been a push lately, I feel, where, well, it's been a long time. I mean, there used to be all the craziness with the Happy Planner, which is why I walked away from it with the Happy Planner squad, and this person was asked on, and this wasn't. People were crying. It was like, whoa, this is like serious stuff. But I never felt that it should be that live, ride, or die. I know people need money. But, I mean, I love Mojo Jojo Plans, but I'm not part of her team or anything. And if you are part of a team, good for you. But I don't want to do that, to be honest with you right now. I just want to kind of stay in my lane and just be me and not put that additional pressure on myself, I guess is what I'm saying. And so I just want to share that with you a little bit because I think, I know myself, I'm really good at putting pressure on myself. And if I could suggest to you not to do that to yourself, well, that's where I am. So take, this doesn't want to come up. Nope, that's why I'm picking at the wrong thing. Yeah, there you go. Let's try it again this way. Oh, amazing, it worked. I just wanted to share those thoughts with you because we get caught up in success and what is success and what does success look like for me and what does success look like for you and how are we different? How are we alike? And maybe we should get more caught up in being still. And one of the things I don't like, I'm being completely transparent here, is I don't like that I end up scheduling self-care for myself in my planner. It's like I have to remind myself I do different, I call them spa treatments for my skin. And I do these different things and I'm like, gee, I have to write it down because if I don't write it down, I'll forget it. If I don't track it, I'll forget it. Why? Why am I lost in the shuffle? Why is that our lives, friends? So just some random thoughts to share with you. I just am feeling like I need to work on myself and hopefully I can bring you along with me in a good way, in a positive way. I'm going to use these date headers. I don't always use them in here, but why not? They're pretty. So just some thoughts. So for next year, I have another Happy Planner Mini. I intend to do a few different things that do include, ironically, tracking and this and that, but to keep track of my wellness in a better, more visceral way. I think, I just think that'll be good for next year, if that makes sense, friends. So we'll change a few things up, but I want to continue using I call my pocket planners Paquitos, and they're my little Paquitos, and I love them. We'll incorporate the Day Designer, and we'll figure it out. I think one of the best things I did this year was I opened my planner self up to, I'm just going to double check I'm getting these days right. Yes, 9. Okay, 10. There. I've opened myself up a bit more this year instead of saying, well, I have to do this. No, I just have gone with what's worked for me. Thankfully, all of this is working. Alrighty, so we still have plenty of space here, kind of ridiculously so. So maybe we can add a few things just to make it that much prettier. Right, friends? Why not? And in fact, I have the pet tape here as well. There's so much in here. You know what I wouldn't mind using? Actually, some of these. Before we get into that pet tape, I'd like to use some of these up on top. Yeah, these checklists. I think those are always handy to have. And believe it or not, in journaling, they're also great. I use them in the passport planner that I have. It's just, they work. Yeah, that's cute. So much cuteness. Except I would like to move that up a little. So we're going to have fun. The other thing, I'll be honest with you, the other thing I've been eyeing recently, well, I mentioned, you saw, I went to Walmart. There's a short on my channel. Oops, a little paper came up. There's a short on my channel about that, and about not looking at bargain planners anew. That's the best way I can say it. Just looking at things and saying, okay, you know, what else can I do? There's more that I could be doing, should be doing, and not spending too much money. So I want to find ways to continue to be creative, but maybe use, like these were all bargains, but maybe even less expensive planners, if that makes sense to you. So that's something I've been thinking about as well. Do I want to add any boxes? Did I use any? Not really. I did not. Not that I have to do the same thing. But you know what? I wouldn't mind a box or two from here. These are pretty. Such a pretty kit. All her kits are pretty. Who am I kidding? I mean, she just does the things, you know? She really does. It's beautiful. Now we'll get a pinky. Pinky. One of the best things about going home, my mother's service was beautiful, but I got to spend a full week with my dad. And that was really good. And he was such a good sport. I was like, I want to eat this, I want to eat that. And he was like, all right. He just went along with it. That included eating some White Castle cheeseburgers. He did it. He was so good. I was like, oh my gosh, you're such a trooper. He's like, yeah, I kind of am. Oh, goodness. It's so funny how our food associations, right? I think this is looking pretty good. I'm going to take a few minutes to figure out what I need to plan, friends. Okay, so I ended up doing a plan with me after all, right? But here's how it works. So Monday, catch up, exercise, be still, and watch something fun. After spending some time to myself, I just put in here, catch up. Holiday prep on Tuesday, self-care, exercise, do some cleaning, holiday prep, exercise. This is Wednesday, right? Yeah. Grocery list, meal plan, order from Amazon, bills, phone calls, check on sizes for gifts, which matters. And here I just have meal plan. You see how I'm doing this? It's very simple, but it's actually really good that it's simple. Grocery store, Target, groceries in Target, holiday fun. In other words, what are we doing for, you know, maybe seeing a play or a special movie, or are we going out? What are we doing? I'd like to start making plans. So I put holiday ideas. Day off, work on sewing, steps and exercise. All I wrote here, time for yourself, yay. Crafternoon here, crafternoon there, rest, recharge, church on Sunday, and family time. And then, of course, prep for next week. I always like to put something happy, so I put create and have fun and find joy daily. So I also need to update this list, and I'm starting to, this time change, I'm not there yet, so I'm starting to lose some light. And it's weird, but okay. So this week currently, okay, so I've been finalizing my Thanksgiving menu. So now I'm going to write out menu and dates to cook ahead. That's very important. And I'm also going to write out dates. There's certain things I need to order, certain foods, right? That matters. It certainly does matter. Start planning gifts. I've been doing that. So I did write in there, I want to check people's sizes because, yeah, and for gifts, that's important. What can I make for the holidays? I'm barely sewing now, but I'm going to work on it. But I'm going to come up with some ideas. And I do have a few. They may not be perfect, but it's something. And other projects. Okay. And that's this next week. Okay, November, week 2. That's really important that I'm doing that and sticking to it. And yeah, so that's these. Okay, so which again, I didn't intend to do a plan with me, so I don't mind that I did it. But let's talk about these other. Okay, let me clean up. So this is my previous day designer, and I'm going to take some of the elements out of here. It worked. I liked it. I don't know why I stopped using it, but I did. Sometimes we planner hop. So this is a Webster's Pages Pocket Planner. I stuck this little composition book in here, but really these would fit nicely in here too. It's a string planner. I found this on Mercari. This, I want to actually start getting into sooner rather than later. What I'm going to do with this is holidays come and I always say, gee, for next year, I need to remember fill in the blank. Do you think I remember? Do you think with all my planning and my planners, do you think I write it down? No, I do not. And I admit it. Not doing the same thing this year, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start taking notes on my holidays. And this is going to help me going forward, okay? Because invariably, there's things I know I could do better, things I want to change, life is always changing, and how we celebrate our holidays changes as well. Can I get one of these books in here? They're just lined notebooks, but these are kind of spiffy if you ask me. I kind of like these, unless I move this. I could put this in the middle, or I could put it at the end, which is what I'm tempted to do, is to put it at the end. I just kind of added these in here. Yeah, I could do that. Let's see here. We're going to have to do a setup video of this soon. And again, I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I'm using it, but I'm going to use it. But putting this in here, and we can even decorate the front of this. I gotta admit, I like my happy planners. I like my pocket planners, but I really also like strings. And this could be even like a brain dump section, which is what I always use these for. So we're going to have to come in here. I'm going to take out, well, I can take this off. I have to take out the inside, paper and put in my own deco, which I know what I'm doing, and I can't wait to share with you. So that will be a fun project. But what do you think? This works. It's a little tight. Well, adding that booklet made it even tighter. So I wonder if I take this out, maybe that's just what I need to do. Yeah, that's better. I think it is better. It's still sticking out a little bit, but so we are going to use this. We are going to set this up. How so for next year, I don't know. In December, this Finsbury will replace this Finsbury. So we're going to set that up soon too. This is a wonky video, honey. Friends, I should say. I'm calling you honey, right? So we're going to take this out. And the question is, do I want to use another one of those booklets, or do I want, this would fit in here, barely. This would definitely fit, although that's kind of small even in here. What are we going to do? Okay, let's see. I've got these. These are all from Paper Penguin Co. This is a, wait, no, that was right. This is a calendar for 2026. So I did pick that up because I can always use more calendars. Why not? Okay, so this one is the week on one side, and then I have places here for notes. I'm going to save that one. I don't think I need to use that right now, but I do think this little insert, maybe we can judge this up a bit to put in here. Now the question is, what Simply Gilded am I going to use in here? Because you can see these are daily layouts, so I need to set that up. Do I want to do this now? I feel like I need to think a moment, friends. Okay, planner friends, I just took a few. The sun came back out. I don't know. I guess I thought it was going down, but I guess it was behind a cloud or something. I'm very tempted for November and to use just the plain notebook in here instead of one of the these inserts. I think that might be a good idea, actually. I just feel like I'm going to be more pressed for time. I'm using my own gratitude journaling prompts. If you don't have them, I'll link them below. They're free. So I'm doing that in my faith planner. I don't have as much time, so I guess we could just add, I'm just thinking here a minute. I want to add some accoutrements to this to make it, I could cover the whole thing, but I actually like the stripes, oddly enough, at least these light ones. So I think I'm going to just go grab some little bits and bobs and some stickers, friends. So this is a little thing I found at Dollar Tree last year. And I often put these smaller stickers and things in here. I think it works really well for these sheets. It just does. I'm not sure how and what I'm going to do here, but okay, so we have some butterfly stickers. I'm always up for butterflies. This is pretty. I like that. That could be a keeper. That's cute too, but I actually like that one better. I've got so many things in here. Die cuts, little things I've saved, some freebies here. These are cute. Planner Bunny Press. I just have certain shops that I happen to love and I go back to again and again. Yeah, I have little things like these in here. Let's pull some of these out and look at them, shall we? Okay, OKY plans. Yeah, I don't want to... Oh, I like this. I've used this in different places. Some little baby washi, me and cat form. Oh, these are some Chrissy Ann stickers that I haven't used. You know what? Maybe that's an idea. I mean, we are going to be going into cooler weather. I'm actually surprised we moved and it hasn't snowed where we live yet. And I'm surprised because I thought it would have. That's pretty too. We're just digging around in here, like I'll just get it started maybe. Oh, wait. This was a bunch of stuff that came with some of the planners. Okay. Let me see here. I'm going to put these. This needs to be straightened. Obviously, I need to clean up in here. And I will. And I will. I'm going to put you over here. Let's see what we've got. Just to get this looking cuter. These came as part of the bundle with this, actually. So, yeah. What have we got in here? There's a little bit of accoutrements, shall we say. These are die cuts, and they're pretty. What do we got? That's cute. That's actually really cute. The girl with the braid. I wonder what we can do with these. All right, let's move it on out here. I wouldn't mind. I mean, I could put, like I said, I could cover it because I cover things all the time. But I also feel like we've spent a lot of time together here and I don't want to go too long. All right, I like this. I like that it picks up on the green there. Do I want her or do I want something else? This is also pretty. I believe this is a sticker, but that might be too much. And then let's take a look at these friends that we've got left here. I've always got little butterflies around somewhere. It's just what I do. These were from Amazon, and I can't find them again. Yeah, these were, I picked them up a while ago. And we're getting down to the nibs here. Okay, so this is a green, and that's a green. I just want to pick up a little bit on the green, which I don't know why I'm in a green phase, but excuse me, after all the fall deco when I worked on my creative journals earlier this week, okay, why don't we put you here? I like that. I'm just going to make it really simple, and then how I'm going to divide it inside, I'm not entirely sure, but at least I get it in there. And do I even want to use a full Simply Gilded kit, or do I want to use something a little different, which is a possibility, right? Just to, is there a different one? Because this is like the same. I don't want to use the same one. Oh, this is pretty. I like this one. What about these? That's empty. This is this. This is that. That's pretty too. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. Anyway, so thank you for bearing with me. Definitely, I want to set up the Finsbury soon, get that set. I have to use different inserts because my inserts are almost done. No, I gotta put it right here. All right, so messy. I would like to clip this on here, not adhere it. So I grab these. Let's see, I've got these little, oh, here's a green one. That works. I guess we're going with more green than I realized. Yeah, I save all these certain things from some of my paper collections, things like that. Yeah, I like that. Will this be too big? We'll make it work, right? So yeah. And that works. You can see it, and it's not too bad here. Let's move this over there. That works. Very simple. All right, let's move this out of the way. This is such a good little holder. You never know what you're going to find at Dollar Tree, right? So now in here, I wouldn't mind, I've got some washi over here. Let's see what we can do, friends. All I think I'm going to do right now, for now, is to take some of the Simply Gilded washi, just put it in here, and we can journal as we want. Maybe we'll do it a little more loosely this month, because as I said, I'm doing some of the gratitude journaling, and I just feel like, yeah, that's kind of where I want to focus for November. But I like this space. It's easy to tote around. I did bring it to New Jersey with me, obviously, when I went home. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Good. Just very simple, and excuse me, I don't know how much I'll be doing in here, but I think this is so pretty. Yeah, this is really pretty, actually. I just set up a few pages. Deal. We'll just set up a few pages. I do have the stickers that go with this kit, so I can always pop some in if I'm so inclined. Okay. Right. We're getting there. We are getting there, friends. Alrighty. I like it. So far, so good. Just super simple. If I can get, that's 1, 2, 3. All right, I've got this one here. I forget the name of this kit. Willow. Willow, that was the name. Actually, I have this one too, the swans, which are really, really lovely. I think that we're gonna use those first over here. And look at this. We're using a Walmart Pen and Gear notebook, right? Which cost nothing for a few, 2 of them. I think it was 2. So just shows you sometimes it's nothing wrong with spending your money as you see fit. It's just sometimes the inexpensive things can work, and we make them work. I like it. I like it. I may grab just a few of those stickers just to add some color, and I found more washi tape, and I even pulled out a pet tape with juniper, which I think actually would work here, because truthfully, these I'd like to save to use. I know I'm saving stickers, which I shouldn't do, but these are so pretty. So I want to save those. I want to save the date headers and the date numbers. I pretty well picked this over, although there's a few things. There's also these that came with it and some of these. So I guess I could use any of these, really. I mean, they're just so pretty. So I'll tell you what, let's just add a few things in just to zhuzh it up a little bit. And then I think we're actually good. And I've at least started in here. And not using the date headers, Monday, Tuesday, in here, I think is actually a good idea this month, because I'll just write what and when I can, if that makes sense. I think that would be kind of the smarter way to go in some ways. Oh dear, can I get this off? These are pretty. Like I said, in fact, when I was looking at this, I found another deco sticker from my Maple Blush kit that I'd forgotten about. Like, really, I have so much from her. I need to get on the stick here, really. I do. I need to get on with it here. Just to add a few things in here. I don't think we're doing too much, but it's at least something. Anyway, look, I hope that you're well. I hope that you find some joy this coming month and that you're doing well and happy and all the good things, friends. Really, that's what I'm wishing everyone. All the good things as we step into the holiday season. Do I want to use any of these? I kind of do. You know what I could use are some of these little flags here. I think that's actually a good idea. And I'll see how often I get in here, which is why I don't want to decorate too far ahead. I think these are lovely, but not too far ahead, friends. Okay, we have a simple little duck here. Hello, friend. I'm trying my darndest to use these stickers up. I don't know how well I'm succeeding, but I'm trying. And I did see a little bird here, or even a little, here, bow. Let's put a bow in. And maybe we'll use one more. We'll use this, not the small pink. And like I said, I could add the juniper stickers in here, but I feel like I've got so much. Let's cut off some of the end. Alrighty, friends, we're almost done. Thanks for, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. But again, go get yourself a pen and gear notebook or 3, and you can play. And you could create for less money. And since I am subscribing again to, well, now I have 2 subscriptions, Chrissy Ann Designs and this. So that's money every month, right? And so the pen and gear notebook works. Some people prefer the Tomoe River paper and those types of notebooks. I don't like that paper. It's too thin for me. I can't explain it. It's just too thin. I like to, you know, I don't know. With this, that's a good question. I should try inking or something in here to see if this will hold up. I don't know that it will. If it did, it would be good. This is so pretty. There's more stickers here than I realize. Goodness gracious. Come on. I want to be gentle here and pull this off gently. Come on. Don't be stubborn. Okay. That's it. Come on. Sorry, friends. Technical difficulties. Well, it's an intricate sticker, too. All right. What do you think? I actually think this works really incredibly well. We did not use the pet tape, but I've got it here, so I'll save it. I'm just going to, it's very simple, super simple this month. And you know, I'm not sorry about that. Let's find the middle best as we can here and get this puppy in here, and we'll call it a day. Thank you. This video kind of just wound around in a bit here and there, but I like it. I like the way this looks. I think this actually, the stripes work with this. Again, this one I would probably cover the dark one, but we have time for that. So next up is going to be setting this up for December, certainly, and I'd like to do that sooner rather than later, and we will need to get in here too. So thank you so much, friends, for being here, for your time. I appreciate you. Let's have a great weekend. Thanks again, friends. Bye now.